Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey, episode 105, here in Studio HH.
Hollister Hills.
HHO.
HHO.
Hollister Hills Outdoors.
That's right.
How you doing, Chris? Here we are.
I'm good. I'm a little tired this morning.
Sunday morning after safety clinic.
Yep.
A little tired.
Stayed up a little
Maybe
too late
hungover?
last night. Yeah, well, stayed up way too late last night. I didn't even realize it. Somebody's like, I got to go to bed. And I was like, that's not that late. And he's like, dude, it's like 1. And
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
And I'm like, no, it's not. And I looked at my watch.
Wow.
And I'm like, holy shit, it is 1. Okay, I got to go to bed.
You guys must have been deep in conversation there.
It was something.
Solving world problems or something?
Yeah, we did. It was great. I wish I could remember it.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did
Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, like Jason said, we're Sunday, the day after clinic, which was really good this year.
Very successful. The weather was great. Everybody was complaining it was cold. I thought it was great. The only thing that would have made it better is if there was snow on the ground.
Right? Oh, man. Could you imagine doing a clinic with snow?
It'd be fun.
That'd be a new twist on things.
It'd be fun. Yeah, we had a full class and a lot of different vehicles. We even had a UTV for the first time.
That's right.
It's Lady Kimberly with her UTV, and she had a ball. We had a lot of Tacomas.
Yep. A lot of Jeeps.
Had a Gladiator.
Oh, we did? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there was a Gladiator that was that kind of sand brown, whatever color.
Uh-huh.
There was an old Land Rover.
I saw that one.
That was a beast.
That was cool.
What else? What else kind of stood out there?
That rig, the green Land Cruiser.
Yeah. Oh, well, the Land Cruiser, was badass.
That was awesome.
And then you got Rise.
Seat was on the wrong side.
That was Rise.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
he's a club member.
Oh, okay.
See, if you'd come to more club runs, you'd know this.
Well, there you go. Boom. Mic drop.
But, everybody survived. No casualties, no injuries, no breakdowns.
I don't believe so, no.
Yeah. There was an old CJ6, too.
That's right. Oh,
green CJ6.
Oh, and that Synchro.
And the Synchro van.
The Synchro van. Those things get it.
That was CJ with a CJ's cousin.
Oh, is that what it
was? That, yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
I think he was in the back doing breakfast and stuff in the morning and lunch during the day back there and driving through the trails. He had the whole camper thing going on.
Yeah, no.
He was overlanding right.
We were talking to him at one point. I said, hey, have you been out here for Cinco de Mayo? He's like, no, what's that? Everybody keeps talking about it. It's like, well, it's a pre-COVID bullshit.
Yeah.
They used to, the first week of May, they'd have an event where all these synchros were out here, and I think we were doing a pre-run one time for a clinic, and we drove over here into Area 5 to scope it out, and there was like 50 or 60 synchros.
And they were going over up the stair steps too, a lot of them.
Oh yeah, they had
pots and pans clanging and banging, and it was great.
Those things are cool. So anyway,
they flex like a brick, but other than that,
but there's a huge following on those things.
Oh God, it's like anything else,
So,
well, that's good. Well, we started off with a little breakfast dessert
treat.
We had to try this screwball whiskey.
Yeah,
that Kevin sent us, and he had that shot. Well, we kind of modified it a little bit because I didn't have everything.
We had to make do.
What the Black Sheep Bonfire, he called it.
Uh-huh.
So we did the coffee. We had the peanut butter whiskey. We had the chocolate milk. But I poured all that over vanilla ice cream.
Hell yeah. And it was pretty goddamn good, actually.
Because if you're going to drink screwball, you might as well just doctor it up like that.
Hell yeah.
So it wasn't bad. That was chocolatey, peanut buttery goodness. That was a good little dessert breakfast deal here.
Nice sugar bomb drink.
Yes, that we're going to be on a sugar high here.
I feel like talking about Toyotas now.
Oh, no, not that bad, is it? God, I hope not. All the torques.
Toyota talk. No.
It's several transfer cases.
Yep, right. I got to get more torques.
Oh my God,
more torques. And I don't know. I don't even know how to talk about Toyota. So
I don't even know either. I'm picturing axle shafts the size of like toothpicks and stuff like that. I don't know.
I don't know, man. All right. Well, it was good.
That's our Toyota talk.
That was a great invention of yours there. And
yeah, thanks, Kevin.
Yeah,
and we also opened that bottle of wine last night.
Yeah, that
was that Farrier Ranch?
Yes, sir.
Is that what we had? Yeah,
yes,
that Farrier Mountain Blend.
Yes.
Oh, that was nice with dinner last night.
That went down great.
What did we have for dinner, Chris?
Well, we had a little bit of salmon, I believe.
Yeah, salmon, Bobby Flay salmon, a grilled salmon with a corn, tomato, basil relish on top. That was damn tasty.
That was really good. And then, of course, we had to have a little bit of turf in there, so we had some ribeye.
Oh, nice ribeye.
Yeah, because that's how we roll here.
It was a good. I was hungry, man. It worked up an appetite yesterday.
Yeah,
it was a long day.
You motored through your dinner, and then you motored through all the salad, and then you fell asleep.
No, I had cake and then fell asleep.
Cake. Yeah, that's right. You got cake. You want cake. Everybody gets cake.
I don't remember going to bed.
Well, you fell asleep in the dinette.
I was asleep. Yeah, I was wiped out, man. I was doing good yesterday. We taught the class. Classroom went well. We asked a lot of questions. Students were interactive. It was great. And finished a little bit early with the classroom session, and then, it rolls into the break up into your 4 groups,
right? And
they have lunch, and then they do the tire placement, and then they all leave Area 5 and go do all the different obstacles. Well,
right.
One group stayed here for the start and stop on a hill and off Camber,
right? Yeah,
so that's here in Area 5, but then 2 different trail runs, and then of course the obstacle course with the stair steps and frame twister.
Yep.
And you were mid?
I was a mid or whatever.
Gunner
yesterday. And
you don't even know that. You're all sugared up.
I'm just all jacked up. But
all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I had never been mid before. I'd always been either trail lead or tail, and running drag, which I actually like being at the back.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy. You're chill. You're
just watching,
just making sure nobody gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
And but mid's cool because when you break into the different obstacles up at the O course, like whether it's frame twister or stair step, you become the lead for that half of the group.
Yep.
So that's kind of leads into a funny thing. We go down to the frame twister, and we had mostly Jeeps in our group, but we did have a Raptor.
Oh yeah, our buddy
Ryan with his Raptor, and his wife was there too with her
4-door Jeep.
She had a Rubicon,
yeah.
So the only other rig that was a little of an anomaly in our group was we had a full size Chevy Silverado.
Oh yeah,
he was I think it was a Z71, but I don't know if he had ever had steps on it or Nerf bars or whatever, because it looked like something had been removed, and that was probably a good call.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want those.
Yeah, so
off road.
But yeah, I was going to do the demo at the stair step, and Daryl, our good friend Daryl, was the instructor over there, and I'm going to do the demonstration, and he's like, "All right, Chris, show us how to do it." And he's like, "I'm starting to roll up to the obstacles. Show us how not to do it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." You get on there and you kind of get your wheels start to spinning with no traction, and I couldn't do it. I mean, the goddamn the Jeep just hooked right up. And I just drove.
I know you. I was right there watching. I was sitting there with Justin and Justin Hall. And he was like, no, you're supposed to show how to not do it.
I know.
Slip.
Well, I tried, but the Jeep didn't
want it. It is difficult, and you just walked right out.
The Jeep doesn't want to slip.
So it's new stickies.
Yeah,
so it's new.
I don't know. They're not stickies, but
new Wrangler stickies.
They were pretty sticky for some reason.
Well, they still got the tits on them. They're brand new, man.
So yeah, but drove right up it, and then it's an intimidating looking obstacle to somebody that's never done any off roading before. And
oh yeah,
so you sit there. Once you do the demonstration, people are like, "I don't know, man, I don't know." But everybody in the group did great.
Definitely, that's the hardest thing they do that day. It is intimidating. They roll up to it and go, "What the fuck?" But it's a couple people like kind of watch, and then they're like, "Okay, let me try it." And there was one guy. He had a Toyota, newer Toyota Tacoma deal. And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And I said, okay, just watch, And then so it was everybody had gone, and I'm like, well, what do you think? He goes, well, I go, I think you should try it. He goes, yeah, I'll try it. And then he went right up, no problem.
Sure,
the wheelbase on those is perfect for the stair steps.
Exactly.
So, Yeah, that's pretty good.
Many torques.
Many torques. Yeah, so that's good. So, yeah, good day.
Yeah.
You had a good day?
Day was great. Trail rides were totally chill. Everybody was having fun. I mean, every once in a while we'd stop to gather the brood together and stuff, and some of the areas had vista, nice views of the valley below where Hollister is, the town of Hollister.
Right.
And they're out, getting out and taking pictures and, doing things for the gram probably. I don't know. But
doing things for the gram.
So, but yeah, I mean, and there's the trails, some of them are getting a little beat up. There's some areas that are getting dug out from this place is getting a lot of use.
I was just going to say there's a lot of use. There's a lot of side-by-side traffic.
Oh, yeah.
And, they're way narrower wheelbase, and so they're creating some different ruts and stuff out there that we haven't seen out here before. They do pretty good. This park does, Hollister, with the grading and keeping things maintained, but there was some areas out there that was pretty rutted from the winter, and then like I say, the side by sides doing their thing out there. So,
well, the beginning of the Blue Trail, that Lupine.
Oh yeah, Lupine Loop.
Lupine Loop. It's that steep curve going to the left,
right
up the hill. There's this big dugout area in it right now.
Really?
So we actually got our students out of their race and went up there and looked at it.
Okay.
And we had Joanne, who was the tail gunner, stayed behind to spot anybody if they needed help or was a little, because it was
good teaching moment.
Exactly. Because I went up and I'm like, wow, this is gets your attention, because you're like, skyward,
right.
All you see is sky,
right.
And,
blue sky.
But whatever. I mean, everybody got through it, no problem. The trails seem to be a little narrower this year, which is, I don't know if that's because of the UTVs, which don't use, rub up against the shit as much on the plants.
Oh, you talk, they get overgrown.
Yeah.
And the poison oak coming out at you.
Poison oak is brutal right now.
I know. It's all over. It's all green. It's hard to see if you don't know what it looks like. And I always warn the students, I'm like, just if you don't know what poison oak looks like, don't touch any vegetation.
Exactly. It was everywhere. I mean, it's
and then it gets on the side of your rig, and then you put your arm on it or something, and then you get it that way. Terrible.
Exactly.
Hate poison oak.
But yeah, great, successful day. Made it back into Area 5 towards, it was around 4-ish, I think.
Yeah.
And that we still had one last obstacle for my group to do. But while we were down here waiting and hanging out, something came over the radio that we all jumped on.
Oh yeah, I was just easing into the afternoon. So after teaching the class, I had lunch. Justin Hall was here with his samurai buggy,
right, trail buggy.
Yeah, and so I said, "Hey, let's grab some lunch." So we grabbed some lunch, and then went out to the park and was playing around out in the little Rubicon area right there by the stair steps and stuff. And so that was cool. And then we watched people go up the stair steps and stuff. And then, you showed up, and then he had to take off. He actually had his electric radiator fan, his pulley, the water pump pulley actually, I think a motor mount's gone on him there, and the motor flexed into the fan.
Okay.
And tore up the wiring to the fan. So he didn't have any more cooling. But
shit.
Hollister, he's a half an hour away, so he's like, okay, and it was. I mean, the engine didn't overheat or anything. I think it was 160. It was cool yesterday, which was great.
Yeah.
But so he's like, okay, I'll say hi to Chris and then get out of here. So then I played around some more in the rocks, and then that other little rock trail that's right up from the stair steps.
Oh, yeah.
There's rocks, and it was a ravine that they filled in with rocks so it doesn't wash out as much in the winter.
Yeah, I've driven through that.
Yeah, it's fun. And then I was watching, there was a couple newbies there that were just, playing around with their Jeeps in there and getting a bunch of pictures and photos, and they were having a ball. So that was fun. I headed back, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to chill. And we got Wi-Fi here, so I fired up the Ultra 4 race.
Yeah. No,
and I was watching that, and I was running over to Oli, giving him updates on shear and stuff. And so I'm just sitting in my chair and just easing into the afternoon. And then, it was like, Dennis gets on the radio and says, hey, we got a bad accident up here. Bad accident. And I'm like, oh, crap. Is it a student? What's going on? So, I jumped up, and then, good old ham radios, we were able to stay in contact, and he says, no, it's not a student, and I'm like, okay, is everybody okay? And he goes, yeah, I think everybody's okay. I mean, it just happened.
Right.
And then so Kobe and I hopped in the Jeep. We went up there, and sure enough, here's this Jeep laying on its side in the bushes, the bush.
Damn near brand new Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, four-door, nice.
It wasn't a Rubicon, but...
yeah.
Wow.
And so, first thing, I was like, okay, everybody good. Everybody was good. Of course, Dennis's group was there and saw the whole thing go down. So some of the students were like freaked out.
Sure.
And so Kelly was there in that group. He was mid-gunner, so Kelly's one of our lead instructors too. So Kelly and I have done a lot of recoveries together.
Right.
And so I'm like, hey, Kelly, let's get a plan together here. And then, so I was talking to the owner and I'm like, dude, we'll help you out. We'll get this thing uprighted and back on the trail. Because that's going to save you $500 tow bill or whatever, because the Rangers don't do anything. They don't help you out. That's all you. You got to hire Jesse. Jesse, I think Jesse's still out here doing the tow truck service and stuff, but I don't know. But anyway, so I was just like, hey, we'll get you up.
Call Matt's Off-Road Recovery.
Yeah, man, he's got a little bit of a drive. So,
the California edition.
So Dennis took the rest of the group and finished the afternoon with his students, and then so I got in the front of the vehicle and actually pivoted it while it was on the side, pulled the front end over so it was in a better position to roll back over. And then Kelly was down on the downhill side on the trail, actually, and was able to get his winch. And I had him use his winch there because he has a steel cable, and I have the synthetic, and I'm like, we got to go through this metal fence, and I don't want to tear up my synthetic on the metal fence. He goes, oh yeah, no, we'll use the metal cable. So it worked out perfect. Flopped him back over, then I pulled him out of the weeds and got him up on level ground there, and I'm like, okay, you good? And he goes, yeah, I'll go get a trailer and we'll get this thing out of here. So
cool. Yeah, the best part of that thing is was nobody was injured.
No, exactly. It could have been bad.
I mean, somebody was saying there were 5 people on that rig when
and there was a little girl crying, it was probably 5 or 6 years old, and but she was okay. She just obviously shaken up.
Everybody was belted in.
Yeah, thank God. And then they were going to start it, and I'm like, dude, don't start it. You got to pull the spark plugs.
Right.
And I said it'll probably run, and you can probably drive it. It was just cosmetic hood fender damage stuff. Windshield was munched, but I'm like, pull the spark plug if you're going to try and start this thing. I said, I guarantee that thing's got oil in the cylinder. It's sitting outside for a good half an hour.
Oh, if not longer.
So, anyways, it's. I'm glad we could help out. In every recovery we do, you learn something different and new, and rigging points and all that stuff. Like that new Jeep, it has this little, they got tow hooks on the front, but they just are damn near 90 degrees.
Right.
They don't wrap back like some of these other hooks as much. So, and with the Jeep on its side, there was no way I could hook to that hook effectively. It was just going to come right off.
Right.
I soft shackle. I was looking at everything. So Kobe and I ended up taking my old tow strap and putting it around the axle on the low side, and then wrapping it back on the hook so it was pulling down on the hook and around the axle, and it was in a secure spot where we weren't going to do any damage to the suspension or anything.
Right.
And so got it. What was good, there was a log in there, so it actually slid on the log, so it didn't have a whole lot of resistance.
Oh, good.
When we were pulling it sideways. So
I didn't walk into the
no, it was deep, man. That sage, and it was all dusty and shit, and I'm like, oh my God. But and no poison oak. I was like, okay, no poison oak, nope, it's just sage. Okay,
that was one area that definitely did not have poison oak. But
so anyways, it was recovery and exciting afternoon. I was looking to just chill, but I was glad we could help out. And
as I said, glad nobody was seriously injured. Or worse.
Yeah. So it was good. And then we had some other club members in there, stuff that observed, and again, you learn from seeing this stuff, so it's kind of cool.
Right, no doubt.
So so that was that.
So that's kind of Never a dull moment at Hollister Hills, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, yeah, we got the springs on my Jeep. It did great.
Yep.
So I really exercised it. We did the ravine on Friday and rocks and logs and all the stuff in the obstacle course. Really exercised the suspension and worked great. So I was real happy with that. I've got a rear driveline squeak again, and I've got like 200 miles, if that, on this driveline. So it's obviously grease or something, So I got to take the driveline off and check all the 2 U-joints there and see what's going on. A couple minor things, but yeah, she's good to go.
Get everything retorqued and take her on.
Yeah, exactly. Get her home, wash it off, and then go through a couple of these items, and then it'll be ready for the wheeling season.
Woohoo!
Your Jeep did good, huh?
I think so. I took it into the ravine also on Friday.
Yeah.
I have no complaints right now. I mean, other than somebody keeps sticking student driver freaking magnets on it. But
where'd the other one go?
It's on the other side.
Oh, perfect.
But the Jeep did great. As I said, I just walked right up the stair step, and then doing the demonstration through Frame Twister yesterday. Literally never touched the gas pedal. Just
let it crawl.
Low gears, first low range, first gear. Literally just idled right through the obstacle.
Wow.
Just woo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Nice.
It's great. Didn't really get anything gnarly other than, what we did when I went in the ravine on Friday. But that's always fun, and that kind of always gets your attention. And it's
that ravine's deep, man.
Dude, it is deep. You could walk across it if somebody's Jeep stopped.
For sure.
That's how deep it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're with the Y in the trail near the end is, I locked front and rear for that because I knew I don't flex as great as you do, and it's just I knew I was going to get a tire in the front and a tire in the back, and obviously that stops your momentum at that point. Forward progress is now not happening. But if you lock up front and rear, you just keep on chugging like a little tractor, and I did. So
yeah, you were doing the Jeep wave up the ravine there, getting tires up in the air a little bit.
Did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's good. It's good.
But yeah, it felt good. Jeep's running great. So like I said, I think it's ready for the season. I'm going to go through and retorque everything again, but
more torques.
More torques, because my intention is, I think it's Rubicon in 3 weeks. I want to be on the trail run. So
absolutely.
That's my goal. So
great.
Nice shakedown to be down here this weekend. And
exactly. And kind of reacclimate to four-wheeling.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And you're a little need to reacclimate to camping because you seem to have forgotten.
I forgot a lot of shit, man. I forgot my ice chest full of ice. I had it sitting on the patio because I've got my ice maker back there in the kitchen.
Right.
And I totally left without that. Forgot the poker for the Peter heater.
Right.
And so called up Jim, good buddy Jim, neighbor, and I said, "Hey, have you left yet?" Because he was coming down to go wine tasting with us at DeRose
on
Friday, and he goes, "No, we're getting ready to leave." I said, "Hey, can you, if you got room in the Corvette," I said, "Can you throw the ice chest in there and the poker?" So he brought that stuff to us Friday, which was great. So we had that, but yeah, I mean, I thought I was dialed, and yeah, it was just I don't know. I hadn't camped since KOH.
Hey, Chris, do you have a frying pan I can borrow?
Well, I don't carry. I carry one frying pan, so we did a pretty elaborate breakfast on Friday morning.
Yes, we did.
And no, I because with the Camp Chef stove, I use a skillet for everything.
Oh, right.
So I pulled out. I just have one skillet that I keep in the camper. And so, yeah, we did the Loco Moco.
Ooh, that was good.
Loco Moco. So that's a Hawaiian dish. So had the white rice. And then a hamburger patty,
right?
Wagyu hamburger patty. They had Wagyu on sale at Old Safeway, so I'm like, oh, let's kick it up a notch.
Perfect.
And then you fry an egg, put that on top, and then the gravy. I made the gravy from scratch. That was a good gravy.
That was good.
And so that was our breakfast on Friday morning.
Stick to your ribs.
Yeah, and we just chilled, and then we went up to DeRose Winery, so met Jim and Monica there.
And CJ showed up.
CJ was there, and then Justin Hall.
That was a nice group.
And Kobe and Alicia, and you and I.
Right.
Yeah, we had a party, a beautiful afternoon. They got a nice, outdoor patio area.
That's a great area up there.
Yeah.
It really is.
Talking to Pat and Alphonse and Tony and all them up there, and of course all the wine was great, and we ended up walking out with a A few cases of wine. I bought two cases.
I bought a case.
Yeah. Well, I had part of it was my wine club shipment too.
There you go.
So there was part of that. So it wasn't like, but I did get a full case of Cab Franc.
You a whole, because I did a split. I got Cab Franc and I Cab Pfeffer.
Yeah. So. No, I always get the Franc. I gotta load up on the Franc.
It's a real good drink.
Yeah,
for sure.
Heck yeah. So that was a great afternoon. Then we came back and
rolled into the evening.
Yeah, we were gonna cook steaks or something, and then I don't know. They had like a full buffet going on out here.
Pizza, yeah.
There's all kinds of chow, and we just started grabbing a piece of pizza and some vegetables and this, that, the. And the next thing I know, I'm like, well, I guess we're not doing dinner tonight. That was dinner.
Well, we ended up making some.
Oh, we had some sausage or something. Yeah. That was good.
That was like the nightcap, but. Yeah, I mean, like this is how we roll. We don't screw around with the food or the drink, and
life's too short, man.
Good stuff. But one of the things that we couldn't really keep track of very well because we were working all day on Saturday was the Ultra 4 race down at in
El Rey de Baja,
San Felipe. I hear it was some great action. I
watched about an hour of it yesterday.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah. I was watching it on my phone. It was streaming great.
Well, some of us were working.
Yeah, some people. Well, I worked in the morning. First time I didn't work the entire freaking day, and then I went back to work when we were doing that vehicle recovery. So
right,
but it was fun watching it, and then of course trying to get some of the updates through IG and everything. But let's see race results for San Felipe El Rey de Baja.
Right,
4,500 class.
Yes.
Guess who's number one? Brad Lavelle.
Oh, okay.
Good old Brad, the Lavelle brothers. There you go. And then Twitchy McGee. He's got the best name ever, race name ever.
Twitchy McGee.
And then Sean McNamara. I can't even read my own writing. Yeah, McNamara. So that was the 4,500 class. And then 4,800, Logan Goodall.
Right.
Yep. And then Cody Young, and then Eric Winkle. Or Wickle. There's no N in there.
There's no N in there.
There's no N. Can I buy an N?
Sure, you can do whatever you want, but it's not going to make his name change.
And look who's fourth. Ultra 4 Jones.
Yeah, Kevin Jones.
Ultra 4 Jones in the fourth spot. So
missed the podium by, what's this, 7 minutes?
7 minutes.
Looks like, no, that's not right.
And they did 4 laps, right?
3 minutes. He missed it by three minutes.
So close.
Well,
that's good race for him. I haven't talked to him yet, but looking forward to talking to him this week and get some of the inside scoop of what went on down there.
He's back on the other side. He's back in the States.
He's back in the States. He's stateside now.
His last IG post showed him crossing the border and getting fuel.
And Amber and Dolly are back too.
I believe so. Yeah.
And then so Amber got to ride right seat with Randy.
That's right. In his new 4,800 car.
Jeez, I mean,
just slap that car together in 2 weeks or something,
Yeah. So Slauson did come in 30th,
right,
in the 4,800, and then Arturo Soria, he raced both the 4,800 and the 4,400.
Yes, he did.
He came in 31st in the 4,800. So,
right,
and that was with the old
4898, spec car
that he has there.
Yep.
So and then what about
the big dogs,
the 4,400?
Whoosh. Well,
the big 4,400 class.
Jason's going to love this because Ford Power apparently took first place.
Yes.
Lauren Healy. And then the Gomez brothers, two of the Gomez brothers, Raul and JP. Raul second, JP third. That rounds out the podium, yeah.
Brian Cabrera fourth, Brian Crofts fifth. Von Gittin sixth, Shear seventh, eighth, Bailey Cole. Chip McLaughlin ninth, Chris Wicks 10. Waylon Campbell's right. I mean, it's just Bailey Campbell 13th. John Hall was 12th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just this is what a lineup. Levi was way down at 23rd, so I don't know what happened.
The parties going on down there were probably epic too.
Yeah,
you got to think. But I don't know what's going on with Levi. He was only 23rd. So
and then Arturo was 29th.
Yeah,
in his brand new car to him. So that's good. He was able to compete in the first race and finish.
Stretch its legs.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's got some stuff he wants to, he learned more about that car in a racing environment and probably going to dial that in.
Yeah.
He'll be coming out hot for the next race.
He does. There's only two. He has two speeds.
The two speeds?
Stop and full.
The on-off switch, just like Kevin Jones, the on-off switch gas pedal.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting home this afternoon and cleaning all my stuff up.
You are? I'm not looking forward to that.
Well, I want to start watching the racing.
Oh, so you go back and watch it? Yeah,
absolutely.
That's great.
There's always fun moments, and if they have the coverages with the drones is as good as it was at BFE, that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, what I was watching was not drone footage, so
fixed cameras.
Yeah, there were fixed cameras, but I don't know. Maybe there was drone footage. I didn't see drone footage, but like I say, I only watched about an hour. Total different segments and stuff. So, but very cool. It was cool that we had Wi-Fi down here to get that. Good old Hollister, man. It's the said it before. It's kind of the diamond of the state park system.
Hell yeah.
You got showers, you got your shitters, you got air to air back up here.
Wi-Fi now.
Wi-Fi is that they got
a couple campsites have power.
Yeah, power, and then you got the kitchen, the outdoor kitchen with the barbecue sink, all that stuff, the stage. It's and then all the pergolas and stuff over the picnic tables and fire pits, and they put the no dust polymer down on the main roads, so it's not that dusty in the summertime. I mean, it's a nice,
absolutely
well maintained park.
If you've never
garbage
been
service in the morning.
What's that?
The Rangers were coming through and dumped all the garbage cans.
Absolutely.
The trash pandas were in there Friday night.
I know.
Damn raccoons, trash pandas,
man. Thumping and bump. They actually walked all over my Jeep and I think they sat in the seat and tried to drive it away. I don't know, but there were paw prints all over my seats. I'm like, you little bastards.
Oh yeah. They're curious. So what were you going to say?
No, we kind of continue talking about the Hollister Hills. The trail systems here. I mean, they're well marked. If you've never been here, definitely.
Make a weekend of it.
You don't need the highfalutin, fancy, smancy rigs to come out here. You can. It's mild to
for
wild
everybody. Yes,
and whether you have a side by side or you're into dirt bikes, or you just have a mall crawler, you definitely can do things. But of course, if you have a crazy rig like Jason with either his CJ5 or his rock buggy, you can find something to strike your fancy for sure.
I hit my Dynatrack front diff cover pretty hard. I'm looking at right now on the trailer.
Uh-oh.
That was in the rock garden over there.
It's totaled.
No, just got some white rock rash. That's all.
I slammed my bumper down pretty hard.
I saw that too.
So, but yeah, no, definitely, it's a fun place. Just utilize it and help keep this property open and funded and for sure.
Yeah, and it's a whopping $5 for a day, and was it 8 or 10 for overnight? Something like that.
It might be 10.
Yeah,
maybe 8. I can't remember. It should be a round number, I think, though. But
I don't know.
Whatever.
We pay, as a club, we pay just one amount for the Area 5 that we rent out for the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
I don't either. But when you do come out here, make sure you have a picnic or whatever. Please pick up all your garbage. And if you're driving along the trail having a can of soda or a bottle of water, don't just throw it out on there. I saw so much litter out there.
Yeah, I picked up some stuff yesterday. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, I definitely picked up some stuff.
So you clean up after yourselves and respect the land.
Pack it in, pack it out.
Exactly.
So, Chartable, I know it's a joke, but this is just funny. It's just, I love it. So what do we got? The latest, so they send us an update every week, right? Email.
Oh yeah, no, right.
But what's interesting is the worldwide stuff here. So United States, we were 67th, down 11, whatever.
In automotive.
Right. And then Apple Podcast Canada Automotive were ranked 90th.
Okay.
And then Apple Podcasts Australia, 35th.
Ooh, moving on up.
Well, we got a lot of friends in Australia. And then Germany, Automotive in Germany, 140th.
Holy moly.
But this is a good one. Norway, we're 36 in Norway right now in Automotive Podcast.
What's the population of Norway?
I don't know.
It's millions, I know, but wow, that's awesome.
It's just funny to see that stuff. I don't know.
We still ranked in Abu Dhabi or
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I know that it was not Egypt. I think we had someplace in the Middle East for Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have listeners all over the world for sure.
And then our sister podcast over there, Tyler. So I was talking to him last week right before the clinic on, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. It was like, because we were getting ready to leave. So I said, hey, if you get me, because he was supposed to send me some Morphlate stuff to stuff the bags.
Oh, right.
The student swag bags. And he goes, oh, crap, I forgot. And I said, well, send me a document that I can print out and I'll make these. So he did a nice coupon for the students and for Morphlate. And I guess he's got this new compressor coming out that's supposed to beat the ARB Twin. So I can't wait to see that.
Price point's right, and it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's like $250 or something.
That's
like
what he's saying.
Yeah, instead of $500, $550 for the ARB Twin.
I seem to remember I bought my ARB Twin a couple of years ago during the holiday season when Four Wheel Parts was having a freaking incredible free, no tax.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Whatever it was, but that's a far and in between offer, So
yeah, so we'll see. My pump works really well with the monster valves that I have on the Jeep.
Right.
So his should even be faster. I mean, I aired up this morning. It took me 10 minutes to air up all 4 tires or so.
Yeah, until
with the monster valves. So I was just doing one at a time, and then blew a hose. It just gets too hot. I got to come up with a manifold off of that it isolates so it doesn't get hot.
Braided line.
Yeah, exactly. Something that won't conduct the heat as much and then blow, but. That's all right.
It's all about getting aired up faster so you can get back to camp so you can be drinking sooner.
Yes. Right. Well, in this case, it was to get aired up and on the trailer. So
this is sad. All of our stuff's packed up.
So why do you air up before you put it on the trailer? Because you're just putting it on the trailer, Chris.
Oh, well, I didn't air up.
Yeah, but you didn't?
No.
Oh, see, my straps loosen up. If I leave air down, it bounces around too much and my straps will loosen up. So that's why I air up to at least 20. 25 is what I normally run on the street, and that keeps everything secure.
Well, I guess I'm hoping my Jeep doesn't fall off the trailer.
Let's see how it does when you get home there. So that's cool. We were talking last week about service. You took your truck in for service, and then you got a phone call.
Oh yeah, this is about 2 years ago. The major services for my diesel truck, the Ram, are every 30,000 miles, and because it does get severe duty, I mean it's towing and hauling heavy. I do the 30,000 mile major, which is change your differential fluid, all your fluids, transmission, transfer case, differentials, oil, fuel filters, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't take it to the dealer, but I took it to this really reputable place in Livermore that had a great price for the work, and I'm like, cool, all right. So it was still expensive. I think it was a little over $1,000 for all the work to be done.
Wow.
But took it off, dropped it off, and they said, okay, it'll be ready tomorrow. And I'm like, cool. Halfway through the day, the next day, I get a phone call. Hey, your truck's done, but we had a small problem. I'm like,
ruh-roh.
What's the problem? He's like, well, we kind of hit another vehicle with your truck.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Backing it out of the shop.
Oh, boy.
And I literally went completely silent. And the guy's like, are you still there?
Are you kidding me? Sir?
I said, well, how bad's the damage? He's like, well, it's not bad. I said, well, I'm gonna leave work right now and drive over there and take a look. He's like, yeah, you should do that.
Oh, no.
So it wasn't bad. I mean, they munched the passenger side right near the wheel well, on the back wheel well, and which is, the hardest place to see. But at the same time, you should be, if you're not sure about what's behind you or next to you, don't you think you'd have somebody spotting you out of the service bay?
Yeah. Well,
anyway, they made it right. But that's they took it to a really good body shop, and body shop fixed it all up, and you can't even tell. But that's the risk you take of having somebody else do the work. I mean, I do it, and I know how to do all that stuff, but I don't have the time to be crawling around and underneath the rig and doing all that work.
You got Chris money, so it's just like, let somebody else do it.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, I'll let somebody else do it. I've earned that right.
There you go.
Just don't crash my fucking truck.
Don't. Jeez. Well, I just turned 60,000 on my truck last week, so I just changed the oil, but I don't know. I think the diffs go 100,000 or something. I was reading.
Really?
With some of the synthetics, I don't know. I'll look and see what the service But I was going through the book, and I'm like, well, no, I can do all this stuff. So
yeah, well, I mean, all the doom and gloom I hear about people saying with Dodge transmissions, it's like if it blows and a blow, dude. I have that thing serviced religiously, and they drain the fluid, and they say it's perfect. But I use high grade synthetic tranny fluid, so or ATF. But I mean, it's always that little. You hear about it, and it's like, dude, you know what? Ford transmissions fail, Chevy transmissions fail. Well, not so much Allison's, but if a company can build 500,000 trucks a year, yes, you're going to have something that's going to go sideways every once in a while.
True. I don't know. That. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Well, that's good. Well, yeah. I remember you talking about that, so I thought, I got to bring that up on the podcast. That's a hell of a story.
Just stick it in.
No, it's a story.
Well, I'm a little apprehensive for sure because the truck's got to go in for another, major, and am I going to take it back to those guys, or am I going to take it to the dealer? And you hear horror stories about the dealer, and of course they charge a freaking arm and a leg.
I know.
I mean, I've got a little bit of money, but that doesn't mean I want to just give it all away. So anyway, whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm about 5,000 miles from that major, so we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't have much else other than we need to get on the road and get home, unloaded, cleaned up, and get ready to start this week. And then, then we're a few weeks away from old Rubicon.
Yep.
So that'd be great to get out there. Love that trail, scenic, and just fun rock crawling, and it'll be good to see you out there in your Jeep.
Oh yeah, I got my new tent. I got to figure out how I'm going to pack this Jeep with the tent.
Yeah, you got the Gazelle.
Yep, Gazelle.
You haven't used it yet. Have you set it up yet at home?
You
should do that.
You should
just throw it out on the driveway today. You'll be amazed at how quick it goes up and down.
I'm gonna set it up.
Get familiar with it.
Then I need to figure out how I'm gonna freaking Tetris the shit out of this thing.
Well, you got a lot more room than I do, so Hey,
Chris, can you carry my stove? Hey, Chris, can you carry my chair? Hey, Chris, can you carry my cooler?
Well, no, on the Rubicon, what we do is it's no sense in you bringing a stove and me bringing a stove. It's like, let's just one of us packs a stove, one can bring a barbecue, whatever. No, we'll plan out the trip. Are
you bringing the buggy or are you bringing the CJ?
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the buggy because I brought the Jeep in October and did the trail in October with the Jeep. So, but I'm going to have both ready, and then just first world problems, just draw straws or something, or spin a bottle, or flip a coin, or
because we're going to tow up to Loon Lake, right? And,
that's the plan,
or that place up on this house, but. Whatever. I mean, we'll figure it all out. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a great trip.
We got James and Rhonda going, Samurai James, Lady Samurai. The Snail ladies are going to be there.
Oh,
Tyler and Jimmy. So, it's going to be a blast,
Supposedly we're going to record their 200th up there.
That's right. The 200th. Well, that's going to be a shit show around the campfire.
Oh, my God.
We'll see how that goes. Hopefully Tyler doesn't bring any Fireball.
Oh, he's totally going to bring fucking Fireball.
That didn't end well at Meadow Lake.
So. No. That episode still has not seen the light of day.
No. Thank God for that bear box, man. That protected the projectile vomiting scene there.
Jesus. On that note.
Selling Buicks to the Porcelain King.
Nice.
Remember that one?
Buick. Oh, shit.
So, anyways, yes. So, summer's starting. Here we go.
So, if you see us out on the trail on the Rubicon, we'll have stickers and maybe some koozies.
Oh, yeah. Koozies. All the students got a koozie.
Yeah, they did.
And a stick. No, we didn't hand out stickers.
We didn't hand out stickers.
We did all kinds of other stuff, though.
We did. So
anyways, good stuff. So look us up on the gram.
That's right. Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
And then, of course, we got our emails. And if we got the tip line. We haven't talked about Lorenzo at all.
Well, nobody said anything.
Well, and so we got a ransom note.
Oh, it's right. We did get a ransom.
We got a ransom note.
We'll update you on that next episode.
So it's in the hands of the FBI right now.
That's right.
And we're trying to figure out, what the best course of action is. But there was demands.
Yeah.
For a wine and whiskey
and wheeling,
and also. If we don't meet those demands, that they were going to run Lorenzo through a wood chipper. So,
Jesus. I hope they realize he has titanium limbs.
I know. So he would probably break the wood chipper.
He might. So anyway, the saga continues.
We'll see where this ends up, but contrary to what the snail ladies say, we do not have Lorenzo. We have not seen Lorenzo since the last day, the Saturday at KOH.
Right.
Or Sunday morning. It was the last time I saw him. So, hopefully we're getting closer, coming to an end of this ordeal.
So he wasn't working the booth with at KOH.
Which booth?
Or not KOH. What
are you talking about?
San Felipe.
Oh, yeah. There was no reports.
Miles or Pam.
We asked. He might have been. Again, I only saw an hour's worth, so I definitely need to hear. I know Amber and Ultra 4 Jones were on the lookout.
Okay.
And Arturo, too.
Yeah,
so
I told Arturo to set traps.
Between the three of them, somebody, if he was there, would have seen him. So
I would have thought.
But I have not heard anything. Cell service is terrible down here, so we'll see if the phone blows up when I get back into cell service and what's going on. But stay tuned. The saga continues.
The saga does continue.
Lorenzo.Freed. Check it out on IG if you haven't yet. It's highly entertaining.
It certainly is.
We hope to have Lorenzo back soon. So on that's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right.
We're out.